Hello, everybody. Today I will be discussing something very serious about our faith, and if you are below the ages of 13, I would advise you to scroll. And the verse I'm going to be talking about, and from the book I'm going to be talking about from the Bible, is actually First Maccabees, which if you aren't Roman Catholic or Eastern Orthodox or a different historic denomination, you probably won't know about. But First Maccabees, very early in Christianity, they actually had First Maccabees in their Bible, and they couldn't really discuss, they couldn't all of them discuss in the same room the canon of Scripture. But First Maccabees is a very historic book talking more about the Jews in 130 BC, around there. And this is when Israel was taken over by an evil pagan king that did not allow the custom of the Jews. And this is important. They did not like the Jews, and they wanted them to be pagan. So they made laws going against the Old Testament, which includes the Sabbath and circumcision and other stuff. Now I'm going to be talking about First Maccabees, chapter 60, verse 60 to 63, which says, "In keeping with the decree, they sentenced to death the woman who had her children circumcised, and the families who had circumcised them, and and they hung the infants from their mothers' necks. Yet many in Israel grew strong and determined in themselves not to eat unclean things. They chose rather to die than to be defiled by foods or profound the holy covenant." Now this is gruesome, but it is necessary for us to remember when we are in a chance or in a circumstance of life and death. As Christians, we choose death every time. Every time. They were so determined that they did not eat unclean foods. By Jewish standards, we don't have to do that anymore, but still so determined that they starved themselves because they would rather die than to be an apostate of the holy covenant that God had in the Old Testament. Now may this be a reminder for us Christians, we're not Jews, but we are Christians, to never give up Christ. Never. May God be with you, and happy Sunday.